Panther Nation, what is good? Welcome back to Two Fans in the Stands. I'm your favorite armchair GM, CJ.
And I'm your favorite couch scout extraordinaire, Tony.
All right, y'all. Another tough loss. We are 1-11, and we're gonna talk about it. Let's get it.
Ooh, that hurts.
Tony, cousin, how you doing? How you feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling good. The sports fan in me is feeling like hot shit, but I digress. I
Hey,
digress. How you feeling, cuz?
it's depressing, man. It is depressing. It's
Talk
hard being
about
a
it.
Panthers fan. It's hard being a Panthers fan, and it's hard talking to other Panthers fans, about the Panthers. Like I always say, everybody's entitled to their own opinion about what's going on right now. But it's just it's tough in general, man. It's tough in general. But
It's
before
hard
we
out
get
here.
to it, though, everybody out there, if you haven't already, please hit that like button, subscribe, turn those post notification bells. We are still on our way to our goal of 1,000 subscribers. We are at 885, so we are 115 away from our goal. Please, if you wouldn't mind, help us out. Hit that subscribe button. So Tony, give me your thoughts on the game.
The game overall, I think it was okay based on the weather conditions, based on the conditions in Tampa Bay. I had no idea that it was gonna be a pouring down raining
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning of the game, and that made for the possibility of a very sloppy game. But we weathered that storm by leading on the run game, and which was a good idea. I said in the preview because Levante David and Devin White was going to be out. We had an opportunity to establish the run game and take advantage of the middle of the field, and we started doing that. We did that.
Mm-hmm.
Chuba Hubbard had 25 carries for 104 yards and 2 touchdowns. Um, we still are undisciplined. We still making doing stupid stuff, man. That's the nicest way I can put it. Um, Giving up big plays.
Mm-hmm.
CJ Henderson reared his ugly head. You know,
Hold on.
th-
You know what, Tony? I gotta defend him on this one. That was not him on that first pass. That long pass to or that touchdown. That
yeah, I'm
wasn't
talking about a
touchdown.
touchdown.
Yeah, no. Mike Evans bait Troy Hill on that one. CJ was on the other side of the field. He just ran him
You,
down.
you know what? Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely
yeah.
right.
I gotta give him credit
Now
on
that
that
I
one.
think, yeah, yeah, it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. But damn, it felt like it. Okay, it it felt like it, man. Because it's like when the camera panned to his side.
All you
All
saw was
I saw
23.
was all I saw was 23, and I'm like, where is he coming from? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yep.
So listen, man, Bryce definitely probably had I can't even say it was his worst game, but there were times, mistakes that was made that he didn't look good. It
Mm-hmm.
didn't look good whatsoever. But of course, there were some good throws that he had in there. I was happy to see that the offensive line blocked a lot better yesterday than they had all season. I was happy to see them play Bryce Young taking snaps from under center.
Mm-hmm.
I was happy to see them running bootleg, getting them out of the pocket. Um, yeah, I was overall it was okay. There were some mistakes that was made during the game that probably would have had me thinking it was good, but it was just okay. I'm not going to. jump on Bryce and harp on a lot of things that he did wrong. We know we know that he made mistakes. We know yesterday wasn't his finest hour. We know
Mm-hmm.
that he probably wish there was some throws that he could have back. That interception that at the end, that was strictly on Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
He gambled. He gambled.
Yeah.
Because if you go back and watch that play, he tell Adam Thielen to go long. He signaled to him to go long when he had him right there in the flats. All we needed was 1 yard. I know a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people talking about whether we should have ran it on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, and I agree wholeheartedly. Let me just state that. But the play call was the play call, and it would have been converted if he would have took uh Adam Thielen when he was wide open the first time instead of trying to gain more yards. So
Mm-hmm.
you can't go back and write, can't go back and change it. You know what I mean? So all he can do is learn from it. But yeah, man, and I wanted to point out that the score was almost close to what I call in the preview 24-21. It was 21-18, and it was the opposite team. So there you have it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
what
I
what
was
about you, cuz? What you think about yesterday?
yesterday was frustrating. Okay, it was very, very frustrating. I will give the offensive line credit. I think that they did have one of their better games this season as far as blocking. Bryce was still sacked 4 times. Let me make sure I say that he was still sacked 4 times. Um, I like that they changed the play calling up some. He was under center more. They went back to more of the power run game. But even still, okay. And I was talking about this with the guys over at Black Cat Panther Podcast yesterday. Shout out to them fellas. But I was wondering, is this really Thomas Brown's playbook? Or is he still trying to kind of work his all of his plays and everything that he wants to do into the playbook that he's currently has? Because what I saw yesterday, I saw a lot of the same plays. Okay. I saw that same play where they sent 4 wide receivers down the field to do comeback routes. And every defender was attached to their back pocket. And Bryce had nowhere to throw the ball. I think he ended up throwing it to the flat. But that's really, that's the only place he had to throw. Okay, there
Right,
was still plays like that. That 3rd and 1, that 4th and 1. Now, like you said, you're right. The play was the play, and it should have been executed. And everything I've heard today, everybody was hollering. Miles or Chuba, whoever it was on that 4th down, they were wide open in the flat, wide open in the flat. If you go back and look at that play, he was not as wide, whoever that was, they were not as wide open as everybody seems to think they were. There was a defender out there. Okay. And as soon as Chuba or Miles started breaking out, they fell back and was covering them. All right. But then you had Taylor Moton, whoever he was blocking was coming from Bryce's right. So Bryce tried to avoid that, and that's why he rolled out. Now, mind you, like you
right,
said, if he would have just got the ball at Adam Thielen, all we needed was a yard. Okay. So yes,
right,
on that play, you got to make the play, and like Bryce said, that was on him. But in the same sense, 1st down, Chuba runs for 5 yards. 2nd down, he runs for 4. All right. 3rd and 4th down, I would have loved to see one of those plays be a run. Okay.
exactly,
I would
exactly.
love to see one of those plays be a run, and I think we would have had a better shot at getting that 1st down. All right. I keep hearing stuff. When Bryce had his long pass to DJ Chark, people won't even give the man credit for completing the pass. All you hear is, if that would have been Andy Dalton, that would have been a touchdown. Yes, Bryce underthrew him a little bit, but you know what? The
Right,
defender didn't turn around and look. DJ Chark adjusted, and he made the catch. So instead of bashing the man for completing the pass, everybody still for I'm sorry, praising the man for completing the pass and praising the wide receiver for making a great adjustment and catching the ball. You know, everybody still hating on Bryce because it was underthrown.
His arm ain't strong enough.
Yeah, his arm ain't strong enough. That's what I've been hearing all day too. Okay, but
Not that the ball may have been wet, because it was raining. No, nobody didn't want to mention that.
and I'm not even gonna throw that in there. I'm not even gonna throw anything about the ball being wet. No, nothing. The play was what it was, and you know what? It was a catch for a first down.
Yes,
You know what I
yes,
mean?
still
No,
counts as a big play.
no matter how it got there, it got there. You know how many times I've seen other quarterbacks underthrow balls and receivers make adjustments, and what they do, they say, "Oh, that was a great adjustment by the wide receiver," and they move on.
Yep,
But
I
yeah,
agree. I
and
agree.
and it was wild because I've had the same feeling for the last like 4 or 5 games. When the other team scores a touchdown, I'm like, "Oh crap, here we go." Game's over. All right. But we got a field goal. We came back. We got a touchdown. We got the lead, and we held that lead all of about 3 plays. We held the lead long enough for the extra point. We held it long enough for the kickoff, and I'm sorry, 2 play. Well, yeah, 3. And then the
Yeah,
very next play, Mike Evans touchdown for what 70 something yards. I mean, it's crazy. Mike Evans had 162 yards. The next receiver on their team was Chris Godwin, who had 1 catch for 19 yards in the touchdown. 1 catch.
it took
I'm
all the
sorry.
air and the breath out of me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I said that wrong. I'm sorry. Rashad White was the next one for receiving yards. He had 3 for 22. Chris Godwin was a run. That was a rush for 19 yards and a touchdown when they did that
Okay.
that trick play. So my bad. But yeah, it was just a frustrating game all the way around. Brian Burns got ejected for throwing a punch. And I'm just like, I guess he said something about somebody said something to him earlier in the game. We don't even know if that was the same player that said something to him, but it's like, bro, you got to control your emotions, man. You got to control your emotions.
But what was I read that, and the first thing that came to my mind was like, so you mean to tell me somebody said something to you at the beginning or early on in the game, but do you decide to take your frustrations out on somebody else? I'm
Yeah,
like, bruh. And you
that made
remember
no
I said
sense.
this, in the preview, and I think I also said a couple weeks ago. I said Bryce. I said not Bryce. I'm sorry. I said
Burns.
Brian Burns is already checked out. He's already checked out because his contract situation. That contract situation is rearing its ugly head. And even Sheena
Mm-hmm.
Quick made a comment about it. I saw it on Twitter today that she posted a short video talking about the Brian Burns situation after they interviewed him post game or whatnot, and saying that Scott Fitterer should have did the right thing and took care of Brian Burns in the offseason instead of him going into this fifth season, and it's still week 13. The man still hasn't got paid. He didn't hold out.
Mm-hmm.
He never talked bad about the team. He showed up to work. He played all this, and you still haven't paid him. You know what I'm saying? You didn't
Yeah.
trade him when you could have, when they were offered 2 first-round picks for him, by the Rams. You didn't sign him when you could have, and now you almost at the end of the season of his fifth year,
Mm-hmm.
and still nothing. So he probably feel like his loyalty to the team is not, is that he's not going to be rewarded for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get it, but you're on the field. You're on the
Mm-hmm.
field. You're the best defensive player that we have. Come on, bro. Because I ain't never seen Brian Burns throw a punch at somebody in the game.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. I ain't never
You
seen him do
know,
that either.
that was so far out of character. And when it happened, I was like, he frustrated. So not only are you got the worst record in the league, playing on the bad team, can't get your money right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Loyalty, you know, loyalty is in the air as far as things not being what it should be. you working with all these dynamics, and it just exploded
Yep,
at yeah,
at the
it
wrong
just
time.
exploded at the wrong time.
It did,
It's
and I still stick with you. You know, it shouldn't have happened. But hey, it did. So hopefully he'll learn from it. Hopefully he'll learn to keep his emotions in check going forward, man. But overall, it was a bad game, and I hate to see it because Tampa Bay played terrible. They didn't play great by any means,
by
and
no
the
means.
offense couldn't take advantage of it. The defense, couldn't stop him when he needed to. Okay, and I'm not going to sit here and say that the defense um played a terrible game, but what happens from week to week to week is the defense will give if the offense gets a score, defense will give up something right after it, and that's what happened again. Okay,
Right.
but I'm like I keep saying, man, it's hard getting up here every week looking at this team, and I will still stand on this no matter what. There are 11 players on offense and there are 11 players on defense. Okay, if you come to this
Facts.
channel and you're looking for us to say that Bryce is the reason for everything, you're not gonna get it here. Okay,
Yeah.
we are
Because
not
that's just not
saying that
true.
he is not part of the blame. Okay, he is not playing great. Sometimes he's not playing good. Sometimes he plays bad. All right, but he is not the only person on the team. It is a team game. Okay, and I will reiterate that from here on out, it is a team game. Bryce needs help. Okay, and it was funny. I had somebody tell me yesterday that there were no sound offensive lines in the league, basically trying to tell me that every offensive line in the league is terrible. But I guess everybody else is making it do what it do. I'll never forget that. I'll never get long as I live. Yeah, there are no sound offensive lines in the league. So you telling me that all of them are trash? Okay, but
That's what it
yeah,
sounds like.
but like I said, team game. Okay, it's not all the offensive line's fault. It's not all Bryce's fault. It's not all receivers' fault. It's not all the defense's fault. Okay, everybody has to
Yeah.
come together and everybody has to work as one. They all got to be on the same page, on the same accord, and they are not. They're not even in the same state right now. Half of them on the East Coast, the other half on the West Coast. If you want to put it in, in those terms, we are
Right.
far apart on coming together and being a team. All right, but we got 5 more games. I'm still going to stick with my mantra of renewing my free trial for the Panthers every week. So that's just what I'm officially doing today, making me another burner account and starting my weekly trial and hoping that it gets better. All right, but we are where we are. It sucks, but Panther Nation, I will say this: we as a fan base, don't need to be arguing and nitpicking and talking shit to each other. Okay, we can all come together. We can all have a discussion, and we can all be professional about this. All right, that's all I got to say. You got anything else to say, Tony?
Nope. I really don't. It like you said, it is what it is at this point. So look, I'm always stay 10 toes down for my team. Point blank, period. Like you said, if you come here and you hope to hear that Bryce is the sole problem and he's just the worst quarterback or the worst draft pick that Carolina has ever had, you're not gonna get that here because that's just not the case. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
hey, he definitely has played his part. He makes mistakes. Some mistakes are dumb mistakes, but he also has made some good throws, some good plays. Like you
Mm-hmm.
say, it's a team sport. It is never about just one person. So, but it is
Facts.
what it is. I still got faith in Bryce. There's countless quarterbacks that didn't have great rookie seasons. Matter of fact, had horrible rookie seasons. And those same quarterbacks have gone on to become Hall of Famers, Pro Bowlers, and have a good career. So
Mm-hmm.
hey,
Oh
it
yeah.
is what it is at this point.
Hey, it sure is. All we can do is just move forward and try and keep the faith. But
Yeah,
y'all,
that's
like I
it.
always say, if you haven't already, please hit that like button, subscribe, turn on those post notification bells so you know when our videos come out. Again, we are on our way to our goal of 1,000 subscribers. We are at 885, so we are 115 away from our goal. So please, if you would be so inclined, help us out, hit that subscribe button. And as usual, I'm gonna take you out like I always do. Y'all be good, y'all be safe, and I'm still gonna say it. Y'all keep pounding.